Hello everyone, continue the story of countries in the world. Today is the topic of the top happiest countries in the world. When it comes to happiness, there are many different ways of evaluating and judging, so how there is no way to make a general statement and not create controversies. There is an organization that has established standards to evaluate the happiness of countries since 2012 and reports daily based on those indicators are GDP, life expectancy, social support, freedom, or other indicators of corruption in those countries. These are quantitative numbers, not asking every citizen of each country whether you are happy or not. Do you feel comfortable? This organization is called World Happiness Report. In 2021, the indicators related to support during the COVID-19 pandemic have been added, and out of 149 countries included in the report and assessment, Afghanistan once again ranked as the unhappiest in the world, followed by Zimbabwe, Rwanda, and Botswana. These are the least developed countries in the world that are having armed conflict or other political problems. Countries familiar to us, such as the US, Canada, UK, France, Belgium, China, the Czech Republic, are all in the top 20, but apart from the top 10. This full report includes more than 200 pages. Here I just selected the criteria, as mentioned above, and now we come to the top 10 happiest countries in the world. In 10th place is Austria, a country located in Central Europe. Austria is blessed with a lot of beautiful landscapes. From these rich lands, lovely villages have grown adorning nature. This is the cradle of classical music in Europe, the birthplace of many famous composers such as Mozart, Beethoven. Austria is described as having a peaceful and good life, and from here then you can easily move to the economic center cities of Europe. In 9th place is New Zealand. New Zealand is considered paradise of the rich who want to avoid COVID-19. In early August, New Zealand blocked the whole country with only one case of COVID-19. In terms of quality of life, New Zealand is rated as high as or even superior to countries such as the UK and Australia. But the cost of living, electricity, and gas costs is lower than in these countries. In addition to studying, New Zealand's fees are also lower than some other countries, and the quality of education is among the top in the world. Cool climate, clean environment, low income tax, stable politics, and social welfare. Good association is the plus point of New Zealand. In 8th place is Norway. In terms of human development indicators, per capita income, other standards, Norway is not at the top of any standard, but they are always in the top, at the top of many standards. One of the outstanding things of Norway is that the unemployment rate is only 2%. Otherwise, Norway also has many enchanting sights and many interesting recreational activities. If you look at the lives of prisoners in a country, you will understand how happy this country is. The whole country of Norway has only about 4,000 prisoners, including a special prison located on the island of Bastøy, off the coast of the Oslo Sea of Norway. This is a prison known as a paradise of criminals here, with just over 100 inmates. Prisoners who don't have to wear prison uniforms can sleep in their own rooms and freely cooking like a normal person, can not only eat well and dress well literally. The prisoners here are also paid about $10 per day and monthly allowance. Why is this the case? Because they are only provided with one meal on site, and the other 2 meals have to be provided by themselves, so this money is used to buy food and drinks at the mini mart on the island. In the 7th place among the happiest countries in the world, it is Germany. Germany, which you are already familiar with. The German economy is considered one of the most sustainable in the world. The world's largest economy and is currently the largest economy in Europe. Germany is also rated as a country with the world's leading welfare regime, free education from level 1 to university. Unemployment benefits of one single person is €721.45 per month. Germany is also famous for its car brands and has highways with no speed limit because the infrastructure and roads are too good. And one more thing, interestingly, Germany has some of the world's #1 torture beers. We will spend more time in the countries in the top group, which is Sweden at number 6. Swedes have a secret to living a happy life, which implies just enough, not too much, not too little. They are known for its humility, discipline, willingness to help people and promote individuality, and Sweden is a very livable country with 30 national parks, 5,000 nature reserves, 100,000 natural lakes and thousands of kilometers by the sea. Sweden is surrounded by diverse natural landscapes from forests, mountains to rivers, lakes, and the sea, and most importantly, for a happy country. But no matter what, it is as beautiful as paradise, but social welfare neither good nor happy. Couples giving birth in Sweden receive 480 days of paid leave that can be used up until the child is 8 years old. Sweden is also one of the countries where the world's longest life expectancy at 80.6 years for men and 84.29 years for women. 99% of Swedish waste is recycled, and even having to import garbage from other countries, Swedes are happy to pay taxes because more than 50% of Sweden's GDP comes from taxes. Sweden's target is 98% of the Swedish population by 2025. Sweden can access the internet at 1 gigabit per second. About the prison story, to show how happy the country, there were prisoners in Sweden who sued the prison for not having a game console the latest generation. As for the life of an ordinary person, in 2020 the BBC site once had an article like this: Sweden is a country where people are happy when they lose their jobs. By the government of this country, very good support for those who unfortunately lost their jobs. The fifth place among the happiest countries in the world is the Netherlands. The Netherlands is a beautiful country, famous for its windmills with tulips and for its dominant orange color. Experts' research shows that being born a Dutch citizen is already very happy. To be born in the Netherlands, being a Dutch baby is already very happy. Dutch children lead the way in happiness and being cared for according to the announcement of the United Nations Children's Fund UNICEF. In the Netherlands, many prisons have had to close because of the lack of prisoners. No abandoned animals. There are regulations on the protection of animals and are made separately to cross the highways, both to ensure their safety without affecting the lives of people. In the Netherlands, prostitution is legal, in addition to some other banned substances. In other countries in the Netherlands, is also allowed to use normally. In fourth place among the happy countries there is Switzerland. There are two things we often say about Switzerland, as the country's brand includes Swiss watches and Swiss banks. Watches it associated with luxury jewelry for many people, and the second is that banking is not only a financial problem, but it also refers to the absolute safety of Switzerland in many different ways. Due to this country's policy of neutrality, the country has not been involved in any wars since the early 16th century, which has helped make Switzerland more economically stable than anywhere else. This is a country that has been described as having delicious food, beautiful scenery, good weather, diverse culture, healthy lifestyle, and guaranteed famous education system. For those of you who don't know, the Red Cross was founded in Geneva, Switzerland, and it reversed the colors of the Swiss flag, helping a lot of people around the world. In terms of income, IMF statistics, latest figures, in 2021 Switzerland's per capita income is $94,696 a year, the second highest in the world after Luxembourg. In third place is Denmark. In Denmark, the average person only works 37 hours a week and they have 5 weeks of holiday every year, which means rest time makes up the majority in Danish work culture. An average employee in Denmark can use 5 consecutive weeks of vacation to travel. The secret to a happy life of the Danes is not being too ambitious, and in the Danish society, everyone is the same. Just like in Sweden, taxes in Denmark are high. But in return, social security will be good. Everyone will get free medical care. Schools are also free. Student benefits monthly throughout the year. Unemployment benefits and unemployment assistance programs are all very generous. Around the world, to gauge the level of income beyond the median income index, there is another indicator, per capita, that is per capita income. Denmark leads in these indicators now at €253,000 per family. Second place in the ranking of the happiest countries in the world is Iceland. Iceland, the country of ice islands, the country of volcanoes. This is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. Iceland has a high standard of living and the health sector is completely controlled by the government because they think the state can do everything without private health facilities. Almost nobody smokes and drinks alcohol in Iceland. The number of people using alcohol and tobacco are only 3 to 5% of the population. The country ranks 6th in per capita income, but ranks 1st in the world in Human Development Index. During the COVID-19 pandemic Iceland is the world leader in gene sequencing speed. The whole process from DNA isolation to sequencing takes only a day and a half. Besides, Iceland is also one of the countries with the highest rate of sequencing, the highest vaccination rate in the world. As of June 2021, 88% of the population over 16 years of age has been vaccinated with at least one dose. But we must also talk about the advantage is that Iceland's population is only 365,000 people, so access to vaccination is huge. And at number 1 in the world, can you guess which country it is? That's Finland. For 3 years in a row, has a world-class education, free schooling with free lunch. In Finland, schools are not allowed to raise their own funds or fees are collected from parents. All schools are funded by the state. There will be regular tests in Finland, and the results of these tests will not be published or not sharing to make students feel comfortable. Teaching standards are very high, and teaching profession is one of the top professions in this country because it is well paid. In addition, Finland is also known for security good. Security, the crime rate is almost zero. Health, public is highly appreciated. The gap between rich and poor is extremely low. There is a statistic in 2020, in Finland 91% of interviewees said that they are satisfied with their country's leaders, and 86% say they trust the police. Given the natural landscape, forests make up 75% of the country's area. This is the country with the highest rate of forest cover in the world. The internet is free and everywhere. It's hard to imagine working, and how happy would it be to live in this country? But happiness is all relative. Maybe you are living somewhere on earth and still feel happy and comfortable with what you have. Thank you for watching the story. If you find it interesting, you can press the button to subscribe to the channel and the notification bell with sharing. See you in the next stories.